Ahoy, me hearties, for avast ye, for I be showing off a great booty today. R. Starting with R, because I didn't really listen to anything other than R this week. We're getting into a big part of the collection where S is next week, and it's the second biggest letter, and it has so many good things. But R's not bad. Let's start with the Radha Krishna Temple. This is a George Harrison produced thing. Some guy was really excited about this. I was able to, he found out that I had one. He saw it on my thing, and then I got a better copy, and so I sold him for very cheaply my other copy. So he's able to get one. Let's see, Radiohead, a bunch of singles here. That's always nice, as well as these things which were not really released on tape. They were, this is not legit here, but they were enjoyable anyway. When somebody doesn't put something on tape, I just want to have it anyway, Okay, what else? I don't know that there are a tremendous amount of R's. Let's see. Some Rage Against the Machine there. A lot of, Bollywood and Indian classical music peppered throughout, but none of that's tremendously notable. We will get to some interesting things here, though. I promise. And for those bilge-sucking, scurvy dogs who don't watch this and don't know about me, this is the greatest collection of tapes in the world. Actually, this is like what I've collected since 2019. But I collected for many, many more years. And I got a whole other section, which I'm not showing off, but it's in pictures. Here we go. Lee Renaldo's solo album. By the way, next week is Sonic Youth. I have so many more good Sonic Youth things. Lee Renaldo, the bully of Nardwar. It didn't really cause me to hate Sonic Youth or anything. I still like them. But I will say, though, Nardwar going in for an unsolicited hug of Lee Renaldo was totally deserved because Lee Renaldo was a jerk to him. So I think it all worked out. I think it was a good trade. All right, Rare on Air. I think that's a demo version of that. Oh, here's something. Here's the Red Hot Chili Peppers promo, like a fan club tape. That's interesting, huh? Yeah. I've got another one too. They weren't too much money. I think $20 each or something like that. But they're fun. They're like basically, they've just obviously just made it to the big time. And you know what? Throughout the course of the last couple weeks, I managed to listen to a couple of things that I collected, which are the new Red Hot Chili Peppers tapes, and they were actually good. Shockingly. So there it is. They were good. I mean, they probably don't have as many hits on them, but if you wanted a good Red Hot Chili Peppers album from now, you got one. Actually, you have two. This is the better one, when they're kind of a little bit more fresh, and this one's how many songs you got? You're like 40 songs or something. Anyway, the red tape. This is I just listened to this last night. Although I've got the original on cassette. Well, the original on cassette is these guys making the cassettes and pranking this guy Red. This is incredible. If you've never heard Red, he is I don't know, an American original. I think he was at this bar. It sounds like he's like Popeye or something from the 40s. And every time it's basically where The Simpsons gets that joke, where Bart calls and asks where your telephone's running and all that. Or what was it, bend over, all that. It's all originated from the 70s with these guys messing with this guy. And then they usually just call, and then sometimes they just call and tell him he's a well, I can't really say what they say to Red, but then he shoots right back with "I'll cut your belly open, you scurvy dog," and all that. Uh, I literally just listened to these Red Crosses, but I don't think they're really notable. So they're okay. They were trying to be rock stars. I don't think it really happened. That's okay. They're good. I would like to get, well, Neurotica would be a good promo to have anyway. These are just really easy to get. Anyways, Lou Reed. Yeah, some new Lou Reed. One of these is from May of 65. That's pretty incredible, right? That makes it like, almost 50 years old here. He was first making these like Velvet Underground-y type songs. And then he mailed himself using an early form of copyright protection, mailed himself the demo tape on like, that big tape or whatever, the reel-to-reel tapes. I think that's what they did. And it just got put out, and it's really, really good. There's so many versions of like those early songs, that just pop up. This is a live one from 72. It's quite good too. And this is another illegitimate tape. But I love that like Lou Reed basically used Metallica as his backing band. And I think this is actually a great album in the sense that he really used the band as if it were an instrument. And he's just used, like the whole theme of being used is like a theme that crops up throughout Lulu all the time. And he really uses Metallica as a sort of, it's fascinating to me, like the way he used them, It asks, well, it brings up a lot of questions about, or I don't know, if I was like an art critic, I would probably have more to say that would be more articulate. But yeah, anyway, Refrigerator was good, or the first two, I think. That's a Shrimper. Yeah, this is one of my favorite albums here. It's a little cringy these days, it's like from 98, The Shape of Punk to Come. But it's so much fun. It's such a fun album. It's undeniably like, and again, I think, yeah, this is another not legitimate tape. So how punk rock of me, right? The other two these are real. Here we get to Steve Reich. Steve Reich, when I went to MIT, Steve Reich was actually the artist in residence at MIT. And he was, they did like, I somehow wasn't in the percussion ensemble, but I should have been. No, I shouldn't have been because I got like ADD and I probably would have fucked it up. But he was doing, was it Music for Pieces of Wood, I think? Yeah, which is a great little thing. Anyway, this isn't my entire Steve Reich collection, but I basically filled it out. Bought a whole bunch of these from somebody. All right. This Vernon Reed is pretty good. I bought that. It replaced a dub of that, which I had. This is that early REM re-release. This is sold out very quickly. I was able to find one for eventually. REM's re-release of their first demo. And a Canadian Murmur. These are just like these British mid-90s singles here. And here we have REO Speed Dealer. I don't care about the Reynolds, by the way. Whatever. You can get that anywhere. But this REO Speed Dealer, this is, these guys are like, they seem like Trump supporters or something. But, back then, I guess Trump was a, whatever, different kind of con artist back then. Anyway, this one is before, when they were still called REO Speed Dealer. Once they got this like re-release, they were told, you can't use the name REO Speed Dealer. They were basically sued. But this has some kick-ass stuff anyway. I also got I haven't listened to it yet, but I got the new Speed Dealer. I just haven't. I listened to it, but I should have put it in here. Okay, you convinced me. Whatever. Where is it? Back up here. I don't know. If it's this one, then I'll just do it. Yeah. All right, because I also have a Rolling Stones, which I didn't read the liner notes to. So we'll pretend like I listened to it, but I didn't read the liner notes. We'll pretend that that's something I read the liner notes to. Speed Dealer. So you get to see the two of them. One of them is from, I think, the early 90s or something. Mid-90s, I don't know. And then the other one's from like a couple years ago. Here's some interesting replacements. All for Nothing, Nothing for All. An interview that was kind of put out a couple years ago. Don't Tell a Soul, outtakes. These guys never played at my old house, but they did party there in the 80s. Like long before my time, of course. The co-op that I lived in, that is. The Residents radio special. Residents are legendary. They're still putting on shows and doing things amazingly. I'm surprised they didn't cut them into the buzzsaw of being canceled from... I've heard a few, like some of these live ones, like some social justice warriors might be disturbed at some of the things in their lyrics. This one is sort of, but I think the social justice warrioring is calming down a bit. I don't know. They could just get canceled quietly now. This one's the, I want to say Velvet, no. Periwinkle version of Radio Special, and this is the green version. And I also have the white and blue versions. Isn't that cool? This is a fake-ass bunch of live stuff by the Residents. Okay. Yeah, Eskimo Deconstructed is like this guy I bought tapes from where like I complain that he doesn't do a very careful job. This was him trying to do I guess the Residents had some kind of contest, or you were allowed to, for the re-release of Eskimo, contribute something. And considering this is like mostly a background, like wind sounds, it's like somehow manages to sound unpleasant, which I don't know if that's a good thing or an achievement or not. It somehow sounds, I don't know, not. Anyway, the Reverend Horton Heat, that's just Space Heater promo. Emmett Rhodes, yay. Pretty good condition. It was basically new. And, oh yes, Ride. The first Ride. The promo version. It sent me back a little bit of money, I'm not going to lie. And, you know, if I looked on the records, I found somebody bought this along with two other early Ride singles promos for $34. And boy, I would have fucking... Anyway. This is another fakey... I have a lot of fakey... there's been like a bunch of fakey things from the same person under R's. I don't know why they produce so many R's. But it's cool to have. Shriek Camel by Terry Riley. Okay, Terry Riley. If you thought I was into Steve Reich, Terry Riley is, even more better. Sorry. Are you blurry scourge dogs? Okay. Sand. This is Rising from Red Sand here. I don't feel like pulling it out. Brian Ritchie, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Promo versions from 95. I think this one's 92. 13th is 98, I think. Something like that. And I've got the other ones, or like a number of them. So it's just a bunch of the songs that we're getting in. It's just their songs. But it's just, I don't know who is promoting that or why they made a tape from it, but I have a couple. It always says not for sale. What kind of trouble could I get in for owning stuff that I bought that's not for sale? Here's an early Rolling Stones concert, which was like a riot, put up by this Go label. It's kind of new. I got it from Charlie off his tape site. Always good stuff there. And okay, Rolling Stones Live Red Rocks. Live Licks, that is. Did I say Red? I was confusing it with Red Rocks. I'm sorry. Live Licks. Sweatbox by Rollins, the original version. A little bit of this is from Madison, which is interesting. He says that as he walks down State Street, it's like a Dentine commercial. That's true. I guess it was true in 1987 or whenever he did that. It's still kind of like a Dentine commercial, Rollins. I would have Rollins over to my house to show him all this, but I have this like really unrealistic, paranoid illusion about Rollins that he would smash my original Black Flag tape of like Damaged off the Unicorn label. Just be like, hell with those guys, they fucked up my whole life. And he would like grab the tape and smash it, and because like he's done something like that, but I know he wouldn't. He'd probably be very nice. I'm probably never going to get the opportunity to have Rollins see my tape collection, but If I did, I would like to think he wouldn't smash my Black Flag tape. All right, War Games. Oh yeah, this movie's great. And by the way, I'm going to one day make a movie that combines War Games with Matthew Broderick with that other movie is in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So it'll be like, it'll combine both movies. It'll use the computer to have a synthesizer to like call in sick and have the cold sounds, and he'll use it to like hack the nuclear code and potentially start World War III. It'll just be an edit. It'll be really fun. That's about it for this. Let's see, it's 15 minutes. I've been talking a lot. Ryko is the final thing here. All this is it's just a Ryko promo of songs, but check this out. Speaking of the Residents, look at that. So that's awesome. I like posted this on the Residents site, being like, "Does anybody know what this is from?" I mean, I of course do. I think it's Africa Black Mambaza with Shamrock Shakes, Clan Odd, maybe somebody like that. And of course the Residents. It's just a March 1988 promo. Anyway, so it's looking pretty good here. I'm feeling good about this video, and I will be back with S's in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, I've started posting my Hallie Porter videos, and that is going to be famous, just like Backstroke of the West was. Eventually, it'll have 12 million views. I'm not kidding about that. But right now on my channel, of course, it only has 100 views.